our friends. As usual, thank you for subscribing for our channel. We are so happy to see that you like our videos, and we are continuing chartering in BVI, and today we are going to show you Spanish Town and the famous place in Spanish Town, the bus. You will see this wonderful, great place. We left Cooper Island, you see it right now. The marina was full, completely full. One sailboat came to this place very late. It was dark and they couldn't find place. They left a few times and came back and was wandering around. We were actually very concerned because the wind was strong. If you want to visit this place, reserve the mooring ball. So, and we are on our way to Spanish Town. The weather was great.
Tying to a mooring ball in Spanish Town was a little bit difficult because there were waves and wind running when we arrived there, and it was pretty difficult to grab the mooring ball, to position the boat, to maintain the position next to the mooring ball, and to accomplish the knot that needed to be accomplished before you were securely tied to it. So it was definitely a difficult process to do it. And I think we had somebody help us, as I remember. Yes, somebody came along in a dinghy and helped us in the process, and in fact made a big difference in how long it took us to do it. When we arrived at Spanish Town on the island of Virgin Gorda, we thought we had arrived at actually a town because the docks were big enough and active enough that it would seem to indicate that. But there really didn't turn out to be much there in the way of stores or commerce. We actually had to walk, I think, a couple of miles just to find a grocery store. But in my mind, at least, Spanish Town brought all those memories of the days of the 1600s and the pirates in the Caribbean, because I think, as I remember, Spanish Town was the center of piracy during the 1600s in the Caribbean. And you can kind of understand why if you've been there, because it's really isolated and kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Right now you see the famous place, the bus. You know, when we were at home, I watched the video about the bus, like you are watching right now my video, because I wanted to know what to expect to see. But when you watch the video, you don't have this feeling like you see it in real. Big, huge boulders. The formation, the landscape, the formation of landscaping is so interesting, so unusual. It is just very difficult to describe. You have to see it. And if you will be in BVI, I want to tell you, you need to come to this place. You need to see what it looks like. No? You see it in my video. There is a restaurant and a few shops in this place, and you have to buy a ticket in order to go to this place. It is like a national park.
My favorite memory of Virgin Gorda and the bass will always be the views. The views were just really special, of the Drake Passage and the island of Tortola on the other side. It's a spectacular place. The color of the water as you look out on the Drake Passage is just this magnificent blue, and it's like a picture postcard scene. It's just about as pretty as it gets.
of course, we decided to walk. There are two ways to walk to the water, and you can choose a shorter way and longer way. Of course, we decided to choose longer way. Maybe we will see more. Very, very interesting path, but very long. You have to be prepared. If you are taking longer way, it is long and not really easy. And it was really hot that day.
The baths on Virgin Gorda are interesting, and a lot of people think they're a lot of fun. There are a lot of people laughing and climbing over them and so forth, and I guess they are if that's the kind of thing that's fun for you. It is a complicated path through a bunch of boulders, and that's basically what it amounts to. But when you get down to the bottom, you're in a really pretty spot. Of course, you left a really pretty spot up at the top when you started going down, and so both ends have their rewards, and I guess for a lot of people the hike in the middle isn't bad either.
When we were ready to take this trip, I was looking for snorkeling places, and one source says that this, you see this place right now, this is a good snorkeling place. When we came to this spot, I did not see any snorkelers. I did not see that I would like to snorkel here because the water was really not friendly, and I did not snorkel. You heard many times we say beautiful, 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 like parrots, but look at this spot. It is really beautiful. What else can you say? It is gorgeous. Actually, I decided to go on the other side of this park where two trails meet. I told you one trail is short and one is long.
I'm taking video, making video.
So, Ben decided to stay here and wait for me, because you will see that the continuing of this trail is not really easy. And it was hot, and we did not take any water with us. It was our mistake. The road where I was walking was not really the path. It was, sometimes you have to walk in the water, sometimes you have to climb over, sometimes you have to walk under boulders, and it was not really, it was interesting, but sometimes it was scary.
If you're on a boat, there are two ways to get to the baths on Virgin Gorda. One is you can go to Spanish Town and anchor or tie up at a mooring ball, which is what we did. Or the other way is, and the closer way in distance, but not maybe in time, is to sail or motor your boat directly to the bass, where you can tie up to a mooring ball if one is available. You can't anchor because protecting the coral, the rocks, the environment, etc. So you have to tie up to one of the few mooring balls if it is available. Then get into your dinghy and approach the shore, and when you get close to the shore, there is a rope for you to tie your dinghy to. Then you have to get into the water and swim to the bass. Well, rather than do all that and then also realize that you have to get your boat off of that mooring ball pretty quickly because there's a limit of a few hours on how long you can stay there. So instead of going through all of that and then having to get our boat off really quickly, we opted to instead tie up at Spanish Town and arrange to get a taxi up to the top of the island overlooking the bass, and where there's a very nice overlook and tourist area there, and then walk down the trail down to the water to the actual bass location itself.
Like I said, sometimes you are walking in the water, and sometimes you have to climb on the top of something holding the rope, like you see right now. And it was difficult to record, to make video and hold the rope because the stairs were very slippery. You have to have two hands, you see, right now. And sometimes I did not make very interesting videos because I just couldn't. You see, sometimes you have to walk like a frog, and you walk even under, you see, under boulders, huge boulders, and I don't know, there is no safety, no such word as safety, because if boulders collapse, you will be under, you will be buried under boulders. So you are walking everywhere on your own risk. It is your choice. You want to walk, go. But if you're concerned about your life, maybe you should take a short way. You need to think about this.
I'm sure. Would you take a photo of us? We'll do a photo for you.
I will do it.
It is the end of our destination. We are here.
T-shirts. Yeah. Unexpectedly.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's there.
And chickens.
Yes.
Lots of chickens.
A lot of chickens. It's true.
the mooring place right now. It is not far, but like Ben said, you can take dinghy to the shore. And there are many reasons for this. Now when we are here, what do you think? Is it worth it to do a long, not easy walk in order to see this spot? I think yes. I like it. And like I said again, it is beautiful. And of course, my way back was the same. I couldn't take short way, short path back on the top because Ben was waiting for me. But I was really fast on my way back. I knew what to expect. In our next video, we will show you the Indians rocks and snorkeling around the Indians rocks. You will see it is better or not better, or if you compare with snorkeling at the treasure point of Norman Island. And by the way, we are going back to Norman Island. I will show you a little bit more there. So we will see you very soon and in 1 week. And don't forget to subscribe for our videos and stay safe.